Mr. Prashant Ithape and Mr. Jitendra Pense. The objective of OHR was to bring all HR fraternity together to grow knowledge-wise and networking-wise, to connect with each other, to share their skills, share their knowledge, grow HR professionals. So as of now, OHR has conducted more than 88 knowledge sharing sessions, including Power K Breakfast, which is exclusively, OHR offers for their annual members. And apart from this, OHR has all presence in all the social media platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. So we have annual membership also to get connected, to get benefit of different HR services through OHR. You can get in touch with OHR executive committee members for more details. I'll share details in chat box in a while once I hand over this session to Mr. Zaveri, sir. So now moving forward to our session, today we have Mr. Jyotindra Zaveri with us to take us through the topic like social media marketing. And he is a senior social media marketing consultant with more than 45 years of IT experience. Apart from this, he has 10 plus years of experience in social media marketing. And he is the author of 9 books, including this book of ERP, its second edition. He has published more than 400 plus videos on YouTube. And one special thing about him was he was specially invited by Microsoft to meet Mr. Bill Gates in Mumbai on March 1997. So this was a short introduction of our today's speaker. So now I would request Zaveri sir to take over this session. So Zaveri sir, over to you.
Thank you very much, Jyotsna. Good evening, friends.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening. Very good evening, sir.
Mr. Prashant Ithape has specially asked me to speak on guidelines for the online meeting. Today's topic is about how to conduct virtual meeting. We will discuss how best we can use this technology. Jyotsna, I think while speaking, you mentioned about social media, but that we can discuss some other time. But today's topic is online meetings.
Okay.
Right. Thank you. Friends, I would like to start with points which we should note down. If you have some paper pen in front of you or soft copy, but I suggest you note it down. And after my talk, I would appreciate your feedback. I would appreciate your addition to the list which I would like to share now. The first thing in the online meeting is keep your video on. Friends, how we are meeting today? We are meeting online because of pandemic situation. We are meeting virtually because we are not able to meet physically. Each has its own advantage and disadvantage. That is not the debate. But when you go in a physical meeting, do you wear mask and go? Do you hide your face and go and meet people? No, we don't. In fact, if someone is not showing the face, will be asked 10 times, who are you? Friends, it is necessary to keep your video on. I strongly recommend right now to please make your video on. Thank you very much. Sometimes you see it is insulting to speaker without unintentionally. If you are not showing your face, the speaker will not appreciate it. All good speakers need eye contact. Try to follow this simple etiquette. We don't want to insult the speaker. We would like to follow certain guidelines. What I want to discuss today is best practices all over the world. I've been traveling mostly to the Western countries, US and Europe, and I will learn little bit which I want to share. In last 45 years in IT, I've come across many companies. I have visited many companies, and what I'm sharing is based on my experience of online meeting. The second very important point is keep your mobile on mute. Maybe you are receiving some call, you can keep it on vibration, but it is a good idea not to disturb the entire meeting. So right now, if you are using your mobile, keep it on mute. Thank you. Third point is, friends, it is a good idea to have formal dress, full dress, and avoid wearing cap or dark glasses. We are normally in the professional meetings, we want to present ourselves in a professional dress. So ensure that you are not going casually in the virtual meeting. For casual dress, you get casual response. So it's a good idea to have little professional. My point number 4 is use the rename option. Most of the virtual meeting platforms like Zoom and other platforms allows you to rename. It is a good idea to display your name if you are from different categories. Right now, I know all of you are HR specialists. You are a leader in your profession because this organization, only HR has arranged this program. But in case if you are a guest here, you are attending and you would like other people to know, it's a good idea to use rename option. Maybe you can add your mobile number. And if you click on the participants icon on the bottom, you will see names of all people. Maybe later on you would like to network with them. If the phone number is displayed in the name itself, maybe you would like to note it down and get in touch with that person. So homework, rename in the virtual meeting your name, your proper name. If you want, you can have after that your company name, but the first word should be your first name. The first word should be your name. Then maybe company name, category, mobile number, so that other people can network with you, they can connect with you. Friends, my next point is, it's a good idea to log in few minutes before the scheduled time and be present till the end. Many times there are technical challenges. Lot of things can go wrong, internet and Wi-Fi and password and the link not working and so on and so forth. But it's good idea to have 10-15 minutes buffer time and use that to network with other people who have also come early. So log in few minutes before scheduled time and be present till end. Point number 6 is the light should be on your face when you are attending the virtual meeting, not on the camera. This is very important. You know, sometimes we meet people and we are meeting virtually. It's a good idea to have proper light. If your face looks dark, it may not, be appreciated. So keep the light in front of your face. At the back, you can have plain background. Now, you see, we have been talking about virtual meeting. We have been talking about a lot of pandemic situation. And we have also learned that nowadays we have to work from home, or even if you are working from office, select a particular corner, a particular room where the back of the wall is plain. Back of the wall should be plain, so that if you use virtual background, it will not reflect. Otherwise, it doesn't look good. So select a wall which is plain. Now it is necessary for us to earmark a place where you will conduct your business, especially if you are working from home. It's by compulsion. We will have to change this. Now it's not new. It is now 1 year. Over 1 year, we have been following this. In the beginning, it was like, oh, it will be over in another month. It is temporary. It's just another question of 2 months. But now we know we'll have to prepare. Friends, next point is, whenever the organizer is organizing such virtual meeting, the meeting ID, the passcode, the link should be shared well in advance. If possible, try to schedule the meeting at least 1 week ahead. What about emergency meeting? That is emergency, that is exception. If we can plan, it's good idea to share well in advance, so the other people can schedule their activity accordingly. Everybody is busy, everybody is having their own commitments. So coming to the meeting late and saying sorry, in good old days, I remember many people would say, oh, it was a traffic jam and that's why I'm late. So it's a good idea to schedule and plan everything in advance. My next point is point number 8. That is, if you are planning to have an event like this, then date, venue, time, you can put it in the event on social media. Like Facebook has a special feature called events. LinkedIn has a special feature called events. In Facebook page and LinkedIn page, if you click on events, you can have date, venue, time. If it is an online link, you can put the online link there, so that people on social media can also attend the meeting if it is a public meeting. If it is a private meeting, no need to put it on social media. So Facebook event, LinkedIn event, and the third one is meetup.com. Write down meetup.com. Millions of people are using in the Western countries. It's a great platform to announce virtual meeting. It was earlier, we were using it for a physical meeting. I've been using for last 5 years, but meetup.com is also good for announcing live or online meetings. Same thing again, date, venue, time, and description, whether the meeting is paid or free and so on. So the maximum people can be reached out. Now, I would like to give 6 essential tools. I would say essential because it's like, when we started doing business, a lot of people, I remember when I was in school, it was telegram and then fax, everybody knows fax, and then we had email. We have to evolve. Now it is virtual meeting era. In virtual meeting era, we need essential tools. Please make a serious note. The first essential tool is have a backup router. You see, the router which is available, a lot of companies are offering, whether you use Airtel or Jio or other companies. I'm not talking about specific company here. What I'm saying is a small pocket size router. that has its own battery. So even if the power goes, the Wi-Fi will not go. It's a good idea to keep 2 routers. I was talking to a friend. I said, even if you have 1 car or 1 scooter less, today it is important to have 2 routers, 2 Wi-Fi routers. Second essential tool is tripod. Tripod. It's a good idea to have a tripod. Friends, today many times we use mobile for the virtual meeting, then we need a tripod. You see, you will be free from holding the mobile in hand. That is why it's a good idea to have tripod. Let me show you. This is the tripod I am talking about. Small tripod like this is a good idea, and you can adjust. You can put it vertical or horizontal. Let us invest in these tools. Let us invest in these tools. Another important tool, or I would say essential, is UPS or inverter. You and I keep on debating the power should not go. Oh, there was a power failure. But let us accept it that it is essential to run our business. So organize. I have inverter. I have UPS batteries for 4 hours, because I cannot tell my clients there was a power failure. Oh, there was a Wi-Fi failure. Oh, there was no internet. So why not we invest little bit in the battery backup? Similarly, you can think of mobile battery backup. Mobile battery backup, again, a pocket size, small, keep it charged so that your mobile will be always available. Your mobile is now essential tool. So why not have a small battery bank? Invest that. It's a good idea. Another very important tool is earphone. Always try to use earphone or headphone. It's a good way. One thing is echo will not be there, and second, other people in the room will not be disturbed. So use earphone or a headphone. Last but not the least, use a green screen like this. You see, just buy some green cloth. It's very, very simple, very cost effective. But with green screen, you will be in position to use virtual screen more effectively. So why not just go in the market and get a green cloth? Simply put it on the wall. That's it. Find out a proper place where you will be conducting your business, your virtual meetings. So these are 6 essential tools I would suggest you invest. Next point, point number 15 is virtual background. It's a good idea to have a virtual background so that you see, because in the house you may have a different kind of environment. Now here I have a virtual background, so you can change the background. Suppose if I am in a social media meeting, I will have a social media background. If I am in my other program, if I am in a Rotary meeting, I can have a Rotary background, and so on and so forth. So it's a good idea to have a virtual background. Most of the tools like Zoom or Meet, there are half a dozen tools. I'm not saying you use A or B. Each tool has some plus minus. Many times people ask me, Zaveri, what about Zoom? They are asking our email ID. Is it safe? Is it secure? Like it is asking, like, you know, yellow color thief is better than black color thief. They are all thief. So everybody is taking the data. All these platforms, including Microsoft, when they were having Skype, in good old days, I don't know, most of you must have used Skype. Very popular because there was hardly any WebEx or Skype or 2 or 3 tools only. Now we have many choice. But somehow Zoom was able to really do much better. It has really got a lot of features. I personally use Zoom, but again, that is not the point. Point is, are we prepared? Are we prepared physically and more important, mentally to have virtual meetings? Because again, it is not your and my choice. It is the guideline given by every government in all over the world. We need to follow that. Friends, if possible, use washroom before the meeting starts. Many times, some of the meetings could be more than 1 hour. So, you see, you will not be disturbed, especially if you are a speaker, and it is even more important. Point number 17, keep your mic mute and unmute when you are speaking, and then you see this mute unmute, frankly speaking, even after having hundreds of meetings, sometimes I also forget to make it unmute. So it's a question of habit, but let us practice that. Especially when you are in a bigger professional meeting, it's a good idea to keep your mic on mute. It will not disturb other people, and sometimes, you know, some phone call comes and you're talking, all 50 people will be able to, if there are 50 people or 100 or whatever, will be able to hear your conversation. So keep your mic mute and unmute when you want to speak, again mute it. Point number 18, friends, is if you are a partner or a couple in a meeting, then use different devices. It's a good idea to sit in separate room, otherwise echo will be there. One person can be on one laptop, another person can be on another mobile or whatever device. But if a couple or partner or 2 people are attending, better to have 2 devices in separate room. Friends, point number 19, I would like to mention is when you stand up, especially in some meetings, we start with national anthem, like Rotary meeting, if some of you are aware. Then stand on side. When you stand up, stand on side of the camera. Why? Otherwise your stomach will be shown on the camera, on the screen. So just move a little bit on the side and stand. And whenever you need to sit down, you can sit, and then there is no problem. Right. I suggest you adjust your camera properly. Now let me show you. This is not a correct angle. Okay, my head is reflecting so much. So this is not the correct angle. This is the correct angle. This is also not a correct angle. So just adjust your camera so that your top of the head is almost touching the top line, top border of the frame. Once again, this point I'm reiterating because I have seen many times people are not adjusting. They forget that they are on virtual meeting. So if the face is not seen properly, now see, by camera angle is not correct. This is not the correct angle. This is the correct angle. Friends, my next point is you can use virtual gesture. You see, most of these virtual meeting platforms, you will see there is a reaction button. You can raise your hand, you can clap. The speaker will know that you are listening and you are clapping, you are applauding, because your mic is mute. So virtual, or you want to raise a hand, so want to ask question. So all these virtual, icons are available. You can use this. You can use this. This is a nice way to really, have a kind of appreciation or reaction using virtual symbols. These are easily available. Easily available. Use it. Point number 22 is we can record the meeting and share it later on. Like normally we have minutes of the meeting, proceeding of the conference. So this is automatic. Most of the platform allows you to record. You can keep a for such meeting to share later on. So the whatever discussion or decisions are taken is minuted in the records. Friends, it's a good idea to make another person co-host. Like if I am hosting this meeting, I have made Prashant Ithape as co-host. Keeping a co-host is good to manage the meeting. Give the rights for another person. We have share screen option. Many times I have seen people who are not little accustomed to laptop or PowerPoint presentation. They ask someone else to go and next. I don't think that's a good idea. You should be able to share your screen, make a PowerPoint presentation, and if you are not familiar with this, invest few minutes and practice it. Find out where to click, how do we share the file, keep the PowerPoint file, PPT ready, or whatever you want to share. You may want to share a video. So practice this before your presentation. It's a good idea to share the screen in the meetings if required, but practice it so that, I have seen, unfortunately, many times 5-6 minutes goes in explaining the person how you want, you can share your screen for presentation. So we can save that time. My next point is, you see, we can use the chat option. Now here we have chat. If you write your little 2-line introduction, other people will know who you are. Some meetings you can is allowed to ask question in the chat. It depends on the protocol. The point here is we can use the chat. In the chat also, it is option of everyone or one-to-one. Like if I want to send a message specifically only to Prashant, then I can send a chat message to Prashant or Jyotsna Patil. So one-to-one message can be put or broadcast like everyone. Using chat is a good idea. In any case, I suggest you keep your 1 or 2 lines ready. If it is a general networking meeting, your elevator pitch, few words, and put it in the chat. So the other people will know who you are and they can connect with you. Now, you see, many times we have speaker like today, Jyotsna beautifully introduced me. What is the guideline? The best guideline is introduction should be about 60 seconds. When you are introducing the speaker, the name of the speaker is normally taken at the end. Many times I have seen the speaker introduction goes on and on. There are 5-6 foolscap papers. The speaker was good in table tennis in school and won prizes. Who is interested in that? So there is a formula, TIP, topic, importance of the topic, few lines about the speaker. That's all. It's called TIP formula. This holds good in even in the physical meeting. In fact, in the physical meeting, we used to follow this. The same we follow in the virtual meeting. All these things does not change. And speaker should also not mind if the his or her full-scape paper introduction is made into 1 minute. We need to start the meeting in time. I really appreciate OHR Foundation and especially Mr. Prashant and Jyotsna to start the meeting today exactly at 8 o'clock. So we should follow that practice. Many times I have seen people wait, let everybody come, then we'll start. That means people who come in time, you are punishing them. So it's a good idea to announce the time, keep 15 minutes for login, technical challenges. So if you have meeting at 8 o'clock, tell people to come at 7:45 and start the meeting at 8 without waiting for anybody. It's a good idea to have the proper time discipline. And many times we have seen if there are many speakers, each speaker is given, let's say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, then we can have some kind of, online timer. There are small apps available which will show the timer. So if it is 30 seconds, it will show 30 seconds are over, or 2 minutes, or signal that person. So the person who is coordinating the meeting, his or her responsibility is to see that one speaker does not take a lot of time and eat away time of another speaker. And this can be also informed in advance to the speaker that this is the time you are going to speak, and if you exceed, we will remind you. So he or she will also not feel insulted or bad. Again, the point here is keep the time discipline. I was in Japan some time back, and their timing is like 3:26 p.m. So it is not 3:30 baje. People talk very rough. 3:26 p.m. So precise. Even the buses come precisely at that time. It is possible. It is possible. Many times when the meeting starts, lot of unnecessary chit chat is there. Good morning, good morning. If there are 50 people, 50 good mornings, and hello, how are you? Have you taken vaccine? Have you? And now it has become, instead of that, use your time wisely. Use your time in a more effective way, depending upon the topic or the subject of the meeting. Talk about that. If you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes to chit chat, talk about that. You can do all your good mornings offline, not when you are in the conference room, virtual conference room, I mean. Yeah. We would like encourage guests or the people to give feedback at the end. Most of the such conferences, we need to keep some time for people to give feedback, good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, so that we can do better. Sometimes if there is some kind of criticism, it can be done one-to-one or with the organizer committee, not in the public. Maybe while management, while core committee or the organizing committee, there is a room for improvement. Even Toyota says we have room for improvement. Even companies which are Six Sigma would like to improve. So nothing wrong in giving a positive, constructive feedback. But if it is a criticism, do it one-to-one. That is how the meeting will go in a smooth way. Friends, the attendance is important. Depending upon, again, if it's a public meeting or a specific group, you can take a screenshot and then compare with the RSVP. So next time we know people who said they will come and did not come. Some kind of, I would say management can be done And taking a screenshot is a good idea. In any case, you can share that in your social media, and you can share that as your record, because then we know who were there and so on. Normally, this screenshot is taken in the first 5 minutes, so we know immediately people who are late, because they will not appear in the screenshot. My next point is about sharing your links of social media when you are making the presentation or in the chat box. So that way we can all connect with each other virtually. Today social media has become very important to people connect, so that we can continue the dialogue. Point number 33 is about using laptop or desktop. Friends, I have seen many people using mobile, that is okay, but you will have a better experience if you are using a laptop or a desktop. Laptop will have another advantage, there is a battery. So even if power failure goes, and if you have a proper Wi-Fi router, you will never get stuck in the conference. These are some of the tools which we need to use, which we need to invest. I have prepared the list, I have shared these points with you. Now is the time to discuss these points. I'm sure you must have noted down. I would like you to give your feedback, ask question. We have some time now to discuss, because I would like to use this opportunity to understand, because each one of you will have a different kind of challenges or different purposes while you are using virtual meetings, and many other questions. So let us use this time, rather than my only having a mono dialogue, some kind of question answer. Before we start with the question answer, I would like to say we can use Zoom, we can use Google Meet. Google Meet has become quite good. Earlier, when it was announced, because Zoom took the market, Google became panicky, and they started, hastily giving the platform. And then Google Meet came halfway, but they are doing good. They are also adding features. Many people had a doubt whether Zoom is Chinese, and whether the data will be taken out and so on and so forth. But now Zoom also gives you that if you don't want, we will not store the data in the Chinese server. So there are half a dozen countries which are listed, and you can say in which country the data should go, especially on Zoom. Another platform which people are using is Microsoft Teams. That has also come up nicely recently. They also found that the market is going to Zoom. So Microsoft has quickly assembled Teams, and Teams is also found useful. Facebook Room is also quite good for 8 people. WhatsApp has come out with instant conference, video conference, and most of the people are using WhatsApp. It's very easy for 4, 5, 6, maximum 8 people to instantly connect. Of course, it will not have all other features which Zoom is offering. So there is, as I was saying, is always little bit plus or minus. So best idea is you try all these platforms, see whichever is suits your purpose. So I would not say always this is best for you or this is not good. It's nothing like that. It's like comparing Toyota or Honda. Both are cars. Each will have some feature. And Tesla took the market because it came with some more feature like driverless car. So you have to understand and keep on changing, learning. Most important takeaway I would like you to note down is invest time in learning new technologies. You and I cannot be complacent. I am in IT for 45 years. I was in IBM in 95, but today I can't boast. To keep on upgrading ourselves. Most important thing is we have to be coming out of the comfort zone. If we don't understand this, the competition will take over. And today, the competition, I mean, not you and me, not within India. Competition is from outside India. So we all need to collaborate. We all need to come together to really fight with the other giants, MNC companies. Like you have seen, the Amazons and IKEA is taking up the market. We need to really gear up and invest enough time, make an Excel sheet to learn new things. It's very important. Most of the time, you see, we are in the comfort zone. I am having 40 years experience. Who are you to come and teach me? It's nothing like that. Each one of us will have to investigate, find out, experiment, and learn new technologies. Okay, that's it. So I was asked to speak for 45 minutes and leave time for dialogues, question, answer, discussion. We have today 39 people in the room, including me. Let's, the floor is open for question, answer, and feedback. Yes, Giriraj, I see your
Yeah. Good evening to all. I'm Giriraj Dave from Ahmedabad. Thank you, Jyotindra ji. He has invited me. My question is like, I've attended so many webinars of yours and training programs. Your speech is flawless. So it is continuously flowing. So there can be two reasons. Either you are repeatedly conducting meetings and other thing, or is there a software available? Suppose if there are long page I have to read, is there any software available which will scroll and we can control the speed of scrolling, and at the same time also we have eye-to-eye contact?
Yeah, I take this as a compliment. Thank you, Giriraj.
Yeah.
Giriraj Dave from Ahmedabad, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Friends, questions, please.
Sir, just now you referred to
Yes, Nitin.
WhatsApp. Yeah, WhatsApp, where we can connect in at least 8 people for a conference call sort of thing. I would like you, if you could please tell us more about that.
Okay, so when you go to WhatsApp, when you are making the normal call, we can make, right, on WhatsApp. So when you are making normal call, there is a video button, so it becomes a video call. And then there is a plus button on the corner. You can add more people. When you click on the or tap on your mobile plus button, in your contact book, the mobile number should be there, and you can add third person, maximum 8 people, just by tapping on the plus button.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is
Nitin,
adding a
yeah.
call. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought
Nitin, I
there is
appreciate
something.
your background. Very nice virtual background.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your comment.
Great. Yeah.
Sir, second question from my side.
Yes.
Whenever you are the organizer and when you are specifically taking up this meeting on Zoom, many times I have seen that people knowingly or unknowingly start sharing their screen. So is there any way to stop this so we can avoid, because the trainer is doing something, he is sharing something, he gets disturbed, and something which is not necessary is shared by someone. So can we stop?
Yeah, yeah, this is important. I'm glad you asked this question. You see in Zoom, in the share screen option, there is a option of multiple participants can share. And there is an option one person can share. So keep it on one person, so the speaker or the co-host can share. But if you keep it on multiple, then many people will share. So don't keep it on multiple. It's a good idea to make the other person co-host and give that person only rights to share. Yeah, otherwise it can become a disturbing. Good point. I have also come across, when you are organizing meeting, there is an option of waiting room. So you can always use that option and identify the person. This is good if it's paid program. So you want to admit the person. It's like, you know, the security guard standing at the door. Have you got the ticket? Then you go inside. That kind of thing. So you can always keep the person in the waiting room, check the name with the registration list, and then allow the person. If for a free program, it doesn't make sense. Now here again, there are two options to keep the registration or not. Now in today's program, all of you must have seen, I have kept the registration on, which means you need to give your email, again go to your inbox, and Zoom will send. This is a slightly better or more secure way, because many times spamming happens. If the link is put in public on social media, lot of unknown people or people who just want to make nuisance will come. So this way we can have a little bit of control. So you see, it's like a seesaw. The convenience and the security. The more security, less convenience. Less security, more convenience. It's like that. It's a seesaw. So you need to decide as an organizer whether you want to keep registration, you want to keep password, or whatever way you want to keep the security. You must understand more security, less convenience, and vice versa. Right. Thank you, Nitin.
Hello, sir. Rajesh here.
Yes, Rajesh.
Sir, how to create rooms within the meeting, multiple rooms?
Yeah, there is an option in Zoom of breakaway room. Breakaway room. Many times the plenary session, the main session, or the main speaker is there, well, let's say 100 people. And then you would like to have 4 breakaway room for 4 different speakers and 4 different interest groups, like what we were doing in the physical conferences. So Zoom allows you to make a breakup room. The waiting room is different and breakout room is different. Breakout room is during the conference. Waiting room is before the conference. When you are setting up the Zoom meeting, there is an option. You want the waiting room, yes or no. You say waiting room required, then people will be coming to the waiting room, and then you will have to host or co-host will have to one by one add them in the main room.
That control is with
Host or co-host. Co-host can do it, or host can do it. Yeah. Thank you, Rajesh. Did you note down the tools which I talked about? The essential tools, like small thing like green screen, you know, green kapda, or tripod, or battery backup. These small things are required. We just cannot keep on telling people that there was a power failure and there was a Wi-Fi failure and things like that. In fact, we can do much better and bigger business if we master this art of virtual meeting. Yes, Rohit. Rohit has
Yes.
raised the hand.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Yes.
Sir, my question is, when we use Google Meet and we share some presentation, if you want to use pointer, virtual pointer, how to use virtual pointer, sir?
There is an option in Google Meet. for the person who has the rights. Everybody will not be able to do it. And you can use it, or you can share your screen and use your pointer. That will also be seen. If you are making a PowerPoint presentation, your pointer will be seen. So you don't need anything special when you share the screen. But the person who has the rights will be able to see, not everyone.
Okay, sir.
But all these features are still adding up. So some of these features are available in platforms, or some of them are not available. So we'll have to explore. Yeah, this is important, right, Rohit? Yeah. Good.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. This is Vittal. Hello.
Yes, Vittal, bolo.
Yeah. So
Yes, Vittal.
yeah.
Vittal Prabhu.
Yes, Vittal Prabhu. So I just want to know,
Yeah.
like we have best practices in many places, like in our
Okay.
regular project management also we have the best practices. So
Ji.
is there any defined best practices in a virtual meeting? Maybe it could be Zoom or maybe Microsoft Teams for avoiding any technical glitches.
Yeah, so all these 33 points which I was talking about is a part of that to avoid any such problems, any such glitches. Okay. The best thing is you must try it out 10-15 minutes before, so that last minute there is no hiccup. Sometimes, you need to travel, or you are in another place, you are not familiar with that particular room or environment. So it's a good idea to log in little bit ahead of time and make sure all the things are okay. So hardware and software, all these things, there are technical challenges in settings. And it's in front of 50 people, if someone is telling you click here, click there, it doesn't look good. So better to do it offline or in advance before the meeting. Normally, once you have mastered this and you have understood, this problem does not come. I've been doing so many meetings day in, day out. In fact, last 2 years, this is the way. And I've been doing live also, that, live conference. The live conference, the advantage is the people who are participating did not keep their video on, or they don't have to worry about showing their face. So live is one way. But they can ask question in the comment on Facebook or YouTube. Yeah. Yes,
Correct.
Vittal.
Yeah, sir. And again, just to mention the live video. So that is a normal question which always comes in mind. Like if everybody is keeping their video on, will that really affect the I can say the flow, or rather the bandwidth of the overall?
The bandwidth at the each device end is
Yes.
affected.
Yes.
Each device end should have a good bandwidth. But overall, if whether 100 people keep it on, everybody will not be slowed down.
No, I mean, like for
If that is
example,
at the browser end, I mean.
no, like for example, Zoom. Let's say there is a limitation of 100. I'm just giving an example. So if it reaches 100, something like that. So that's what I'm trying to find out.
No. Zoom limitation of 100 is from the commercial angle.
Yes.
They charge more money if you are having more than 100 people. That's all. It is not a technical limitation. It's a commercial. So they are pushing, if you are having more than 100 people, you go for the webinar kind of meeting. Then you have to pay a little more. So that's all about the commercial aspect. The limitation is not because of the technical or Zoom it depends on what device you are using. At your device, whatever device and the Wi-Fi you have, and the traffic at that point at the person who is participating, not the person who is hosting. It doesn't matter. So it is not that if everybody keeps their video on, the whole meeting will slow down. It's not like that. I have conducted meetings with more than 90 people so many times with all video on. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Vittal Prabhu. Yeah.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.
Good. Any other feedback, question? Share your experience, which platform you have mastered or you have been using. That will be great. Especially for HR, I have seen that this platform is nowadays become very important for the interview. You are all HR expert, you are specialist. So doing that interview on online is become now a necessity. Earlier also we used to do if the person is overseas, but now it has become common, and we have found that the candidate are not familiar with the virtual interview, and that becomes again a challenge. So we need to educate that person and ask him or her to be comfortable in talking in front of the camera. Yeah. So for HR, it has become very important to master the virtual tools.
So last question from my end, sir.
Yes, Jyotsna.
Yeah.
No,
So
last question. We have time. I mean,
Okay.
I am available.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sir, like we have some option in Teams meeting, right? To download the participants list,
Uh-huh.
right? So sometimes what happens, being HR, we send an invitation to all the employees for certain trainings,
Okay.
and we never know who have attended and who have not.
Right.
So there is a one facility in Teams to download the participants list. So is there any option in Zoom as well like that? Because I came across all the options, I haven't seen any.
Yeah. In Zoom, when we tell Zoom that we want registration, there is a tick box: registration required, not required. So if you say registration required, then it will make list of all the people with their name and show it to you. Okay. So, but we cannot download easily, like what you said. That is not possible. For example, let me show you.
Okay.
See, this is today's list.
Correct.
Okay, this is today's Zoom participation list.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I got 96 names.
Correct.
And this tells me the name, the email ID, and the date and time on which the registration was done today for the meeting which we are talking today.
Correct.
So this I got it from Zoom.
Yeah. So this is before the session, right, sir? So in Teams, we have, once participant starts joining, we can download the list of participants.
That is additional feature which is not in Zoom.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is not in
so
Zoom.
That's what, if Zoom is having the same feature, I wanted
No,
to ask.
Zoom I have still not found that feature.
Oh, yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So yeah, so this is why. So every platform will have little bit of plus or minus, and we need to experiment, use, and see which feature suits us best.
Exactly.
For your profession, for your work, and the participants who are the stakeholders.
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Jyotsna. Very nice.
Yeah, sir, I have a question. I'm Sudhir here.
Yes. Bolo.
People being, dealing with statutory requirements or legal compliances and all. I have a thoda hatke question, that is, will these recordings of Zoom, Google Meet or XYZ platform, are they?
Sorry, Sudhir, can you repeat your question? I could not, last sentence I could not. I'm not able to hear you, Sudhir. Hello? आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है.
Sudhir ji, you can type in chat box.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm able to hear. Okay, I was able to hear.
Okay, am I audible?
Yeah, now you are audible.
I just wanted to know, being the HR people dealing with
No, no, now again voice has gone.
Is the recording, hello? Is
Yes.
the recording of this Zoom, Google Meet or this XYZ platforms is admissible as evidence in the court of law?
Oh my God.
That's why I said it's a little bit a
No,
hatke
no,
question.
your question is important, but I'm not a lawyer, nor I am authority on that. But as whatever little I know, as per the IT Act 2000, when the electronics format for the documents came, that time IT Act 2000, that was the law which is in the IPC, Indian Penal Code. So many things mentioned, and it is accepted as evidence.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it is accepted. Even the email, well, there was for I think about 2 years this debate was going on, because the fax to email was a big cultural change.
Mhm.
And people were not ready to accept email as an evidence.
As an evidence, yes,
And
yes.
you know, the people, since you mentioned just one little joke, in those days, see, I have been in IT for 45 years, so I have seen the transaction from punch card to what we have today. So in once upon a time, they used to do floppy. I don't know whether you
Yes.
people have heard.
Yes, yes, I
Floppy
have
disk.
used it.
It's a flexible disk, and that was given as evidence in the court of law. And that clerk nicely punched it and filed it.
Very good.
The data was lost.
He followed his own process.
Right. So, you know, it's this, but yes, electronics, all kinds of electronics are now admissible, and it is accepted.
Yeah.
Of course, then again, there are small things like IP address or the recording, and whether it was tempered or it was
It has to be
modified and so on and
proved.
so forth. So footprint is checked, and you know, in which hard disk. But yes, prima facie, the evidence is accepted in the
Okay.
court.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good point, Sudhir. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.
Yeah. Awesome. Anybody would like to give feedback? How did you find today's program? Have I covered some points, something new, or you want to add in the list which I was talking about? I have talked about some 33 points. So if you have some more points to add, I would definitely like to know, which I missed. Yes, Vital. Yeah, you raised the hand. Bolo.
Sir, in Microsoft meeting, Microsoft Teams, like suppose I set up a meeting, schedule a meeting, and there are maybe 15, 20 participants. So even after meeting is over, I can still chat with the number of participants who have attended the meeting. I can share the file at a common location. I can update. So is the similar kind of thing is available in Zoom or Google Meet? Like after this meeting,
it is available. If the in fact, it's a good point. We should add this in the list. In Zoom or any other meeting, the host should terminate the meeting. See, if the host leaves, it's like keeping the room open with people inside. They can do whatever they want. So unless you make everybody go, lock the door, the room still remains open. So yes, like Zoom also, if the host leaves, you know, and ending the meeting remains on, and which is also dangerous sometimes, because that camera will keep on capturing and recording. So so it is necessary to close the meeting nicely, end the meeting nicely, in Zoom also, in the team also.
No, Teams, I think even after closing the meeting, the chat still remains. Even like, for example, before meeting starts also.
That is different. That is chat. The conference setup will go.
Yes, yes, that will. Yeah.
That will go. That is the normal chat. That even without team, I mean, without meeting, we can do that.
But then something like available in Zoom or Google Meet?
In Zoom, if meeting is not ended and if participants are there, they can chit chat. Yeah. It's like keeping the room open. Good point. I see some feedback in the.
Right, sir. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please. Sure.
I'm Smita from Pune.
Yes,
And
Dr. Smita.
I have a question. Like, I have my own company's virtual background, which displays my name and my logo. So, what is the protocol, sir? If I am participating in OHR meeting, should I use a general virtual background like I am using right now? Or if I show the virtual background of my company, it will look like, or it will be interpreted like overpowering OHR and using OHR forum for my own company's advertisement. So is there any protocol like that?
Dr. Smita, your question is very important, but I'm not the authority of OHR. Prashant Ithape
No,
or
no,
Jyotsna can.
it's not about OHR.
Yeah, yeah.
A general protocol. It could be Rotary also, or
yeah,
any other forum. So should I use my company's virtual background or not?
It is right. So unless that forum has told you, you are free to use your company's background.
Okay, so it would be good to obtain their permission.
These are guidelines decided by the organizer. The organizer will say, I'm sending you the background, use this, or general, but not your company branding.
Right.
By default, if there is no such communication, I'm talking about general practice. I'm talking about in general, if there is no such communication, you are free to brand your company.
Okay.
You can.
Okay.
But about OHR, Prashant can tell you better.
No, sir, it's about a general guideline only.
Yeah, Dr. Smita, according to my opinion, that such a networking forum like OHR or any other, you can display your own, because it will speak about your business or whatever you are. That is the main idea behind this OHR, that through networking, you will get some benefit.
Right.
Benefit not only limited to knowledge, we will get some good lead also. Yes. That is also purpose of OHR.
Thank you
in
so
ethical
much.
Way. In ethical way. This is ethical way.
Yeah. So answer is, by default, you can display your company's name and background. By default, you should not hesitate unless you are told not to do it. Then, then we abide by the protocol of the conference.
Because see, we are also learning now because of this new normal. Everybody is new to this new normal. Maybe IT industry is exceptional for that, but manufacturing and other industries, they are now struggling with these online meetings. Why OHR also thought of conducting this meeting from expert like
I really appreciate
Jyotindra Zaveri, because last time our 88 meeting, we were having somewhere around 100 audience. And we had a very bad experience. People were there, login, somewhere out, that voice is coming, somewhere we have seen fans just in background, and lots of things. So that thought came in our mind, why not to conduct for HR professionals, how to present on virtual meeting, because this is today's need of the hour.
Absolutely.
That's why.
I must congratulate you, Prashant, to think like this. Yeah.
Because this is not the topic directly related to any HR or IR, but now HR has to upgrade himself.
Absolutely. We all will have to keep on upgrading ourselves.
Yes.
With the
because Corona has taught us many things.
Yeah. Main thing is keep open mind.
We should thanks to Corona.
There are always some good thing happening.
Yeah, good things are happening. Okay, Jyotsna, now I think we are now at the end, because today is Saturday, people are going to enjoy their weekends.
Yeah.
I thought, I think that you...
Thank you very much, Zaveri sir. It was wonderful session. I believe everyone has enjoyed the do's and don'ts of this virtual meetings, their etiquettes. I feel so, because I can see all the feedbacks, positive feedbacks. I can read those feedbacks. So thank you so much, Zaveri sir. Thank you, Prashant sir, for arranging this wonderful session with wonderful speaker. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for attending this session and giving your positive feedbacks. I believe you can now be able to run through your virtual meetings promptly and with given, a few tips given by Zaveri sir, you can run through your meetings. Thank you, sir. Thanks to all participants.
My number is there on WhatsApp. Number is already displayed.
Yes.
Anybody want to connect? Most welcome. I'm there on LinkedIn and other social media platforms. You can just say Jyotindra Zaveri and connect with me. Sure.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Once again.
Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
a
Thank
lot.
you so much.
And thank you to the wonderful audience.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
And
very
happy weekend.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Chalo,
Yeah.
bye. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.